Because I have a range of eclectic interests and various hobbies, people have sometimes asked me, how do you do so many things without overworking yourself? Now, obviously, I overwork myself sometimes, but a lot of the times I don't, especially when it comes to my hobbies and my creative endeavors. How do I do this? So, first of all, understand that some of the tasks I do, people think they are energy takers, but they're actually my energy givers. So, for example, my academics, obviously, I have to do it, but afterwards I also have my creative endeavors that I wish to pursue in the future. When exams come around, a lot of people, they would drop their creative endeavors thinking that they also take away from your time and energy. But oftentimes what I've found is, let's take 2 days. One day where I do my academics for the same amount of time that I usually do, that is 8 hours, and I also do my creative stuff. And the other day where I do my academics for 8 hours and don't do my creative stuff. I have often found that day one is more energizing for me and it keeps my mental health more stable. Now, this would be quite shocking to some people because they say, hey, you're working more. But that's the thing. See, identify your energy givers and your energy takers. For example, writing an article is basically me expressing my thoughts so that I don't overthink during the times that I have to work. So in a way, it's my energy giver because in my article, I'm writing out my thoughts. It's the same thing as getting up early to exercise in order to feel more refreshed and energetic throughout the day. It's not like you wake up early and then you feel so drained after exercising, you're more lazy the rest of the day, is it? No, it actually makes you more productive. It's the same thing with a lot of my tasks. There are some tasks that seem like tasks to people, but to be honest, they're not really my tasks. Like, I enjoy doing them. To me, they give me energy. It's like me doing those tasks is more like a thing about recharging. So that's number one. I identify my energy givers and my energy takers. So, for example, recording a video like this for me, it's an energy giver because I'm expressing my thoughts, I'm being creative, and I'm advising people, which I really love to do. But editing this video would be an energy taker. So I segregate my tasks accordingly. And if you keep all the energy takers in your schedule and leave the rest of the day free instead of adding some energy givers into it, just thinking that those tasks will take from your energy, obviously you will feel more drained at the end of the day or the week. For example, you don't exercise for a week, you will feel sluggish, your mental health will be in a bad place. Secondly, a lot of times it may look like I'm doing a lot of things, but to me, I'm actually only doing one thing. Why is that? Because all the things I do, I connect them in my head. It's like all things are only serving one purpose for me end of the day because I have some common philosophical interests, or maybe I just want to express myself, and all creative things are ultimately what? Expressing yourself in order to become the best version of yourself. So I don't really think of these things as a lot of things. I think of them in a more holistic way, thinking that all of them add to what I do. So it's like I'm only doing one thing effectively. Thirdly, it's in the question. I do many things. Now this one may sound silly, but hear me out, okay? So why is it suggested to date multiple people during the dating phase? Why? So that you don't keep all your eggs in one basket and get attached to a person. It's pretty much same with the things you're going to pursue. If you're a teenager and you have not found your niche, then why are you just sticking to one thing or two things? Try out literally everything to see what works for you ultimately, right? So I do many things so I don't get so attached to how one thing will turn out to be. I'm not so attached to the outcome of it. Because obviously, if you only have one friend and you're lonely, then what that one friend does will have more impact on you. But if you have many friends, you will simply not be as affected by that one person, right? It's the same with your tasks. When you're only doing one thing all the time, I think we can get really, really attached to outcomes. My academics, for instance, oftentimes I always overwork myself and I don't get the results that I would like. Everybody around me sees it that I work hard, but somehow I just don't get the results. Why is it? Because I'm too attached to the outcome, I'm too attached to that number I'll get at the end of it. So, despite putting in the required amount of hours and maybe even more hours, it actually becomes counterproductive to put in more hours of work. And I'm not able to do that well. So, actually, doing many things helps me to do many things without being stressed.